outside the window next to the old barn Mom made into her studio. When the classroom door opened, I didn't look up. I was concentrating really hard, like Mom does when she sits on the stool at her drawing table. I wanted to finish the drawing so I could show it to her when I got home. She says I remind her of herself when she was 12, serious and hard-working. She says she likes to see things through my eyes, that I see things as they are, and that's what it takes to be an artist. I didn't hear Miss Albright, the art teacher, come over. I didn't even know she was standing next to me until I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was like I had been asleep or something, because I kind of jumped and looked to see who it was. It's funny how when someone touches you on the shoulder, you almost always look in the direction away from where they touched you. I looked to the left and then realized and looked the other way. I saw pale blue, like the sky at this time of year, after the leaves have fallen from the trees but before the first snow. It was Miss Albright's dress. I looked up at her, and she seemed worried or concerned about something. I thought she didn't like my drawing, and I looked down at it. I can draw almost anything exactly like it is. It's a talent I was born with. I got it from Mom. Not only can she draw anything she sees, she can even draw things she saw a long time ago, like the view of the Golden Gate Bridge from the window of her room at Gran and Grampy's house in San Francisco. I knew there was nothing wrong with my drawing. That tree looked so real you could almost peel off some of the white bark. I was about to ask Miss Albright what she thought was wrong with my drawing when I noticed the principal, Mrs. Worthing, standing behind her. She looked worried, too. "You need to go with Mrs. Worthing back to your room, Jeremy, and get your coat and books," Miss Albright said, whispering in my ear. Why? I wanted to know. I want to finish my drawing to show my mom when I get home. Miss Albright has dark, curly hair, and her eyes are always laughing. Just looking at her makes me happy. But looking at her this time, I felt alone, like when Mom is angry at Dad and I'm afraid they're going to get divorced like all the other kids' parents. Miss Albright was blinking her eyes fast, like I do when I want to cry but don't think I should. That was when I knew something bad had happened. "Come, Jeremy," Mrs. Worthing said. All the other kids stopped drawing and talking and looked at me as I got up. "What's the matter?" Evan asked. He's sort of my best friend, and he was sitting on the other side of the table trying to draw a picture of Jamie Phillips, except Evan can't draw. The only reason I knew it was Jamie Phillips was because I knew he liked her. "You okay?" I shrugged, but I didn't look at him as I followed Mrs. Worthing out of the room. "Did something happen to my sister?" I asked as we started down the hall to my room. Jenna is 14 and goes to the middle school. She's in 8th grade. This past summer, she said she was going to the mall to see a movie, but when she came home, she had a ring in her navel. Mom was really angry. I had never seen her so angry. Dad thought it was funny, and that made Mom even madder. When Jenna said it was Dad's idea that she get it and that he paid for it, Mom slapped him so hard there was a big red splotch on his face. When Mrs. Worthing wouldn't answer me, I figured Jenna must have done something really bad this time. When we got to my room, it was empty because everybody was in the art room with Miss Albright. I don't know where Mr. Zweig, my teacher, was. I got my coat and hat from my cubby and the green canvas backpack Mom made for me and followed Mrs. Worthing through the halls to her office. We went through the outer office where the secretaries sit and back to Mrs. Worthing's office. Principal is painted on the door. When we walked in, I was surprised to see Jenna. She was sitting on a couch to the left of the door. I was so happy to see her that I started to call her Turdface or something like that. I don't know why, but I call her names when she makes me angry and when she makes me happy. I was grinning because I was so glad to see her, and then I noticed that the black stuff she puts around her eyes was all smudged and messy, and there were little black trails going down her face like she had been crying. "Jen?" I said. My voice came out sounding so small I didn't recognize it as me. She looked up when she heard my voice. "Oh, God, Jeremy," she said, and rushed over and gave me a hug so hard I almost fell. Jenna is tall like Dad and has dark hair like Mom, except Mom's is almost as short as mine and Jenna's is long. When she bent over to hug me, her hair fell forward and got on my face, and Jen has boobs now, and she was pressing my face into them, and I didn't know if I was going to suffocate in her boobs or choke to death from all her hair. Then she started crying. Jen had never done anything like that around me.